everyone. I have a Pilates flow for you today using a small ball. If you do not have a Pilates ball though, you can still do this class. Grab a small pillow instead. We're going to keep class on the shorter side today, but it'll still be total body. We'll start with core work, then we'll do a side body series. Inner thighs get a lot of love in that. And then we will finish up with some posterior work, getting triceps, and we'll do some reverse tabletop and glute bridge work, and that'll round it out. If you're new to my classes, welcome. My name is Nicole. I'm a STOTT trained Pilates instructor. Let's get right into it. So we're going to start down on our back to warm up. So I want you to lay down. You can just have the ball in one hand. We won't really use it, but you'll want it nearby. And then I want you to take your feet wide, wider than the mat. Arms down by your side, and to start, just windshield wiper the knees side to side. Getting a little movement through the hip joint. And you don't have to keep the hips anchored down to the floor here. It's okay if one hip lifts up a little bit as you twist, getting a little rotation through the spine. I just want us to kind of invite a little freedom of movement in, feel good, get things moving here. Give me 3, 2, 1, knees to the ceiling, come to center. From here, we're just gonna do some arm circles. So the arms are gonna reach up, they're gonna sweep down by your side. Up overhead, hand down. As the arms go up, try not to flare open through the ribs, so the rib cage is quiet. Switch direction of your circles, mobilizing the shoulder joint here. We're going to finish up our warm-up by just connecting to our core. Give me one more circle. And then from here, I want you to take the ball between both hands. Bring your feet about hips distance apart. And I want you to find neutral through the spine. Now, neutral means you have the natural curve to your lower back. If, however, you are someone who tends to feel core work more in your lower back than the front of your abdominals, then instead of neutral, I want you to lengthen your lower back gently to the mat, so elongating through the back here so it's touching instead of having that curve. This is what we call an imprint position. If you come here, this can help you feel the abdominal work here instead of your lower back, okay? So you can play around with that, do what works best for your body, but no one is gonna have an excessive arch up to the ceiling, okay? So find the position that works for you, and on our exhale, we're just gonna squeeze into the ball. So the inhale is through our nose, expand through the rib cage. We're gonna exhale out through the mouth, pressing in on that ball. In through the nose. Slowly out through the mouth. As you exhale, the rib cage moves in and down. You feel the engagement of your abdominal wall, little lift of the pelvic floor. As you inhale and release tension on the ball, pelvic floor relaxes, rib cage expands. Twice more. Now from here, I want you to take the ball against your left thigh, okay? We're gonna lift the left leg up to tabletop, actually. Ball's against the thigh. Now I want you to take your right hand on the ball and then the left hand stacked on top of that. We're gonna start by continuing that same breath pattern, but on the exhale, instead of squeezing in on the ball, we're gonna press the ball into our leg as the leg pushes back into the ball, okay? Inhale to prepare. Slow breath out through the mouth. As you press on the ball and the leg presses back, creating tension here. Inhale, release. So this deep diaphragmatic breathing is targeting our deep core, the transverse abdominis. That is our deep stabilizing core layer. And it is so important. Now we're going to keep this going, but we're going to add in a lift of our right leg. So I want you to lift your right heel off of the floor to prepare. On your next exhale, you're going to feel the engagement of your core. You're going to press in on that ball, and you're going to lift your right leg up to tabletop to meet the left. Inhale, you're going to return the ball of the foot down to the floor again. So think breath first, initiate with the exhale, feel the engagement of your abdominals, then lift the foot off of the floor. Your goal here is that as the leg lifts and lowers, you're not rocking through the pelvis. So we're maintaining the pelvic position we chose, either neutral or imprint. I'm doing an imprint position today with my lower back lengthened against the mat because I'm having a hard time connecting to my abdominals because I'm feeling bloated today. That can happen. Different days, you can feel more or less connected to your body. And I know anytime I'm feeling bloated, it's way harder for me to connect to my deep core, and coming into imprint helps. So it's a little tip you can try. Now, next time that leg comes up to tabletop, you're going to hold for me. So keeping both knees at tabletop, I want you to remove your left arm from the ball and reach it up to the ceiling. I want you to flex through the ankles. We're going to do a dead bug. So as you exhale, you're going to press into the ball. Your right leg is going to go straight. Your left arm is going to go overhead. Inhale, bring the limbs back in. Release the tension on the ball. Exhale, press ball into thigh, thigh into ball. Extend opposite limbs. What am I trying to say? Now coming up, we're going to hold the leg and arm outstretched, and we're going to lift and lower them, adding in an ab curl, a little crunch, okay? If adding in the ab curl doesn't work for you, I want you to stay with your head down on the mat though, and you can forget about the curl. Next time those limbs go out long, I want you to hold them out long. Stay for an inhale. Now as you exhale, you're going to ab curl up. You're going to sweep your left arm down towards the floor by your side. You're going to lift your right leg up to the ceiling. As you inhale, you're going to lower the right leg to a hover. Arm goes overhead, head to the mat. Exhale. Ab curl it up. Gaze at your knee. Keep pressing in on that ball. And lower. 4 more. That's 1. Twice more. Final time, you're going to hold in that ab curl position. Exhale, ab curl it up. I want you to bring both hands to the ball. Press in on the ball. The leg presses back. Can you lower your right leg a couple inches lower? Ab curl up a little higher. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees into your chest. Head to the mat. Rock side to side. Awesome job. All right, so we're going to repeat that whole series on the other side. So feet on the floor to start. Let's find the pelvic position that works for you, either neutral, natural curve to your low back, or imprint, okay? I'm choosing imprint today. I want you to take your right leg and lift it off the mat to tabletop, ball against the thigh. Take your left hand on the ball, right hand stacks on top of it, and let's start with just breathing. As you exhale, you press into the ball, the thigh presses back. Inhale through the nose, relax. Exhale, press in on that ball. So as you exhale, rib cage moves in and down, brace to the abdominal wall, lift to the pelvic floor. We're going to add in a lift of that left leg. So we're going to lift the left heel off the ground. And on your next exhale, you're going to press into the ball, feel the engagement of the core, lift your left leg up to tabletop to meet the right. Inhale, bring the foot back down to the mat. Exhale. Feel the engagement of your abdominals kick in, that gentle brace, before you lift the foot off of the ground, okay? We don't want any rocking of the pelvis as you do this. Twice more, and then we will hold both legs at tabletop. Next time that left leg comes up to tabletop, you're going to hold it at tabletop. Okay, now I want you to take your right arm up to the ceiling, flex through the ankles. We're going to go into that dead bug. So as you exhale, you press into the ball. Left leg presses out, right arm overhead. Inhale, bring it back into start. Exhale. So we definitely have a deep core focus today. Getting in some of that outer core, the rectus, when we add in the ab curl, but all this beginning stuff really focused in on the transversus. So we're going to take it into that ab curl up next. We're going to hold the leg straight. Next time you press out, hold straight. Stay for an inhale. On your next exhale, you ab curl up, sweeping the arm down by your side. The left leg lifts up. Inhale, lower the left leg, arm overhead. Exhale. Keep going. Keep pressing ball into thigh. That's going to keep our deep core engaged while we also activate the outer abdominals, the rectus, to do the ab curl. Give me 3. 2. Last time, you're going to hold at the top. Bring both hands to the ball. Press it into your thigh. Stay in the ab curl. Can you lower that left leg to a lower hover? If the answer is no, lift it back up, or you can always bend the knee to modify. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees into your chest, rock it side to side. Awesome job. All right, so we're going to come out of deep core work, and we're going to come into some side body work. So I want you to take your left leg and left arm long. I want you to roll onto the side so that you're mirroring me. So our setup for this one is we're going to take the ball in front of us, and our top right leg is going to be bent and resting on the ball, okay? And then our bottom left leg is long. So we want to make sure that hips are stacked and we're in one long line, shoulders in line with hips. So you can kind of use the front edge of your mat to make sure you are nice and lined up here. We're open through the chest, engaged to the bottom side oblique, so we're not collapsing down into the mat. We're lifted, level through the pelvis. We're going to lift and lower this bottom leg, let's say pointed through the ankle. Lift on the exhale and lower. So we're focusing in on inner thigh work, adductor work for this bottom left leg. Your top hand can be on your hip. You can reach up towards the ceiling, or you can tent the fingertips on the floor in front of you, whatever works for you. So I'm resting my head on my bottom arm. That helps me keep my neck in alignment. You can have the arm reaching long though if that's more comfortable for you. Make sure as the leg lifts up, you don't change and shorten into this top side of your waist, okay? So we stay neutral through the pelvis and the spine, really isolating the work in the adductors. You always want to be thinking, what is creating the movement? We're creating the movement with our inner thighs, not through our waist, not by doing that. We're going to hold this leg up at a hover up next. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Next time that leg lifts up, hold, and I want you to trace little circles with it. So these are very small, tight little circles, keeping it at a hover. Woo! That inner thigh is already talking to me. There's no swaying through the rest of the body, so try to stay as stable as possible. It is just that bottom left leg circling in the hip joint. Switch direction of the circles. You have one more variation before we get the top leg involved. We're going to flex through the ankle in 4, circle for 3, 2, 1. Keep the leg at a hover, flex through the ankle, give me a little bend, stretch through the knee, bend, stretch like you're kicking something, bend, stretch, bend, stretch. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Point through the ankle, lower the leg down, top fingertips tent on the floor, and then I want you to bring your top right leg on the bottom. Both legs are going to lift and lower together. As you exhale, the legs lift. Inhale, they lower down. Don't worry about the ball. I'll move it out of the way so you can see what I'm doing, but you can just let yours chill. So the feet are kind of rubbing together as the legs lift up and down, no rocking through the pelvis, so we keep equal length through both top and bottom waist as the legs lift and lower. So this is a lot of oblique work as well. Obliques are working hard to stabilize, and we're going to challenge them to work a little harder in 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to lower the legs down. Now I want you to take your bottom arm and I want you to reach it forward towards me, top arm to the ceiling. Keep your neck in line with the rest of your spine. Exhale, lift those legs back to a hover. So we're going to move between the side lying position into a side V up. So I want you to start to roll back towards your bum as you crunch up, reaching your arm towards your legs, coming into the side V shape, lifting our elbow off the floor. And then let's return down, coming back to our side in this lateral flexion. So my legs aren't on the floor, they're at a hover. Exhale, up into that side V. Keep moving like that. We are almost done with this quick side series. You're going to give me 4 more. Exhale up and lower. 3 more. Final 2. And on this final one, instead of coming into a side V up, I want you to push all the way to center. So you're going to exhale, you're going to push up, keep rolling to the side of your butt, take that left arm off the floor, reach it forward as well. So we're in this center V sit position. Elongate through the spine. If this is too much, bend your knees. Hold here for 4, 3, with control, lower to the ground, and 2, 1, slowly lower all the way down to the ground. Ooh, my mic back. So we're going to do that whole thing on the other side. All you have to do is roll onto your right side, but I'm going to flip around so that I stay facing you. You want to grab your ball. Okay, so same deal. We're going to have the ball in front of us. Bring your body into one nice long line. So heels, hips, shoulders in line with each other. Ball is forward, and you're going to bend this top left knee, and you're going to rest it on top of the ball. You're engaged to the bottom side body, head and hand or arm can reach out, whatever's more comfortable for you. And we're going to do those inner thigh lifts for our bottom right leg. So as you exhale, the leg lifts and lowers. You don't collapse into the side body as the leg lifts. So it is a small, isolated movement targeting the adductors. Coming up, we'll hold with this leg at a hover for those little circles. Give me 4, 3, 2. Next time the leg lifts up, hold at a hover, trace those little circles. If you notice your body rolling around, tent your top fingertips to help hold you in position. The movement is the leg circling within the hip joint. Core is stabilizing. Pelvis stays still as the leg circles. In 4, you switch direction. In 3, make the circle small. 2, 1, switch direction of your circles. We'll flex through the ankle for a little bend stretch. In 4, 3, 2, 1, hold it lifted, flex through the ankle, bend, stretch, little kick, bend, stretch. So we have a transition coming up next. We don't need the ball, top fingertips will tent, both legs lift and lower together. In 4, 3, 2, 1, lower the bottom leg, pointed through the ankle, top leg comes on top, engage to the bottom side obliques, exhale, lift, and lower. Top fingertips are tented in front of you for support. Both legs lift up and down. So we're still getting inner thigh on the bottom right leg. You're getting outer hip work on the top leg, just a little bit of it, not a huge emphasis today. So we have one more piece of the side series to get through. We're going to move between the side position into our side V up. Your bottom right arm will reach forward on the floor. Give me 4 more here. 3, 2, 1. Take your bottom arm on the ground, reach it forward, top arm to the ceiling. Bring your legs back to a hover. Now on the exhale, we start to roll to the side of our butt cheek, legs lift up, we press off this bottom hand, elbow lifts up, side V up. And we roll it back down to the side of our body. So we're on the side of our hip here, and then we come up to the side of our butt cheek. Woo! Four more. Give me just 3. 2. Last time, you're going to take it all the way to center. So as you exhale, come up out of the V-sit, push off the bottom arm, reach it forward. You're balanced behind those sitting bones, elongate through the spine, open through the chest. Legs reach long. You can bend the knees to modify. Hold for 4, 3, cross the legs, 2, 1, cross the legs, hands to your knees. And just give me a little cat-cow seated here. Rounding it back and forward. Woo, okay. So we're done with our side body work. We are not done with inner thighs though, okay? So we're done with outer side body work, done with obliques. We're gonna bring the ball between our legs for this next section. But first, just take a couple seconds here. This is gonna be our final section of class. We're gonna center things off. We're gonna get triceps. We'll do some reverse tabletop work and some bridge work. My ball is so lumpy, it doesn't stay still. There we go. Okay, one more breath. And then let's do it. So we're gonna bring the ball between our thighs, upper thighs. You want your feet about hips distance apart. Heels are not directly under the knees, so they're out a little bit. Now we're gonna spread out through the hands, and I want you to plant them behind you with your fingertips pointing forward towards your heels. I want you to roll the shoulders open and back, so we're open through the chest, but we're not flared through the ribs, so engage through the core. From here, press your feet into the floor, lift your hips up to a 2-inch hover, and we're gonna go into a little tricep dip. Now you wanna make sure that you're not forward like this when you do the tricep dip, so you might need to just shift back a little bit so the hands are actually under your shoulders. Your elbows are going straight back, so think of wrapping your triceps backwards so the creases of your arms point forward. As we do the little bend and stretch through the elbows, we're not rolling forward with the shoulders, so think shoulder blades down your spine. We're going to take this into a little combo. 1 tricep dip, 1 hips lift. 1 dip. Now exhale, lift those hips up into your reverse tabletop. Inhale to lower. 1 tricep dip, 1 hip bridge lift. Coming up, we'll hold in our hip bridge position, and we're just going to squeeze in on that ball. Give me twice more in the combo. Next time those hips lift up, hold them lifted, and it's a little pulse in on that ball. In, in. Now press the mat away, stay open through the chest. Unlock through your elbows ever so slightly. Really push the hips up, engage to the glutes, press your feet down into the mat. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to lower the hips down. I want you to reach the arms forward, and vertebrae by vertebrae, I want you to roll down onto the mat, arms by your side. Now you might need to walk your feet in a little bit. I want heels under knees, and we're gonna go into our hip bridge work. So as you exhale, you're gonna lift the hips up, inhale to lower, keeping a gentle squeeze in on that ball. Exhale, hips up, inhale to lower. When the hips lift up, you press the hips up. You don't arch into your back and flare the ribs open. Give me 4, and then we hold at the top. 3, 2. Next time at the top, you're going to hold at the top. Give me a little pulse in on that ball. In. Keep pressing the hips up. Drive the feet into the floor and squeeze in on that ball for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Hold the squeeze in 2. Hold the squeeze in on the ball. Pulse the hips down an inch, up an inch, down and up. We're going to go through this one more time, starting from the top in 8, 7, 6, 5, pulse for 4, keep squeezing the ball, 3, 2, last time, lower the hips down, step your feet out a little wider, and on an exhale, vertebrae by vertebrae, I want you to curl up and come to seated. Oh, that was sticky. Okay, so we're going to start that from the top. Spread out through your hands, fingertips point forward, open through the chest. Press the mat away, but don't flare the ribs. Lift your bum up to that 2-inch hover, little tricep dips. You might need to shift your body back an inch so the shoulders are actually over your wrists. Cool down is on the other side of the series, okay? You got it. If it's too much doing this with your butt at a hover, you can modify by having your bum down on the mat like this, and just do your little bend and stretch from there. Let's combo it with our hip lift. 1 tricep dip, hips lift up, and lower to your hover. Give me 2 more, and then we'll hold at the top. Next time those hips lift up, hold in your reverse tabletop, squeeze in on that ball. Press the mat away, open through the chest. Don't flare the ribs, push your hips up, squeeze the glutes, pulse in on that ball for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the hips down, reach your arms forward, vertebrae by vertebrae, roll it down to the mat, arms down by your side. You might need to walk your feet in a little bit. Feet are hips distance apart, squeeze in on that ball. Let's lift the hips up on our exhale, lower them on our inhale. Four more and we hold at the top. 3, 2. Next time you go to the top, hold those hips lifted. Reach the tailbone towards the knees, not flared open through the ribs. Squeeze in on the ball. In. In 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the squeeze. Now pulse the hips. Down 1 inch and up 1 inch. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5. We're going to hold at the top in 4, 3, 2. Last pulse. Hold those hips at the top. Squeeze it on the ball. Just breathe. Keep pressing the hips up as you push the feet down, squeeze in on the ball. You're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the hips down, remove the ball. You can take it off to the side. Hug the knees wide and rock side to side. Awesome work. I'm going to bring you through a quick cool down now. I want you to take your right leg long, and I want you to come into sort of a single-sided happy baby with this left side. So you'll grab the outer edge of the foot, kind of pulling the knee down in towards your armpit. And then we'll take this into a spinal twist. So you're going to bring the left knee across to the right. I like to cactus my arms. I'm open through the chest. And just breathe here. Coming through center, let's do the same thing the other side. Left leg is going to go long, right knee bends in, and we do a happy baby on this one side, grabbing the outer edge of your foot, pulling the knee down in towards your armpit. If this doesn't work, you can just hug the knee in towards your chest. You don't have to do the happy baby position. And then let's take the knee across, coming into our spinal twist. Ooh, my mic pack's in the way. Again, I like to cactus the elbows. We're going to finish up class with a moment of stillness. Up to you what you do. You can come through center and just have your legs long, arms down by your side, or you could do feet together, knees apart in a butterfly position, maybe hands on your stomach or your heart. Whatever position works for you, I want you to find it. Close your eyes. We're just going to take a few breaths here, check in with how you feel. When you're ready, we're going to open up the eyes. You can hug your knees into your chest. Hands can come behind the thighs, and let's just roll up and down the spine. Ooh, my mic. Eventually coming up to a seated position. That is your class. I hope you're feeling good after it. Thank you for choosing to work out with me today. If you enjoyed class, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Actually, I don't think thumbs up really matters. What would really help me is subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends, anyone you think would be interested in at-home Pilates classes. Another way you can show your support is through Super Thanks. It is a button. Sometimes you have to expand the bottom bar on the video to see it, but it's a heart with a little dollar sign, and it's basically YouTube's version of tipping, and it's so appreciated. I will see you next time. Enjoy the rest of your day.